Guangzhou Airport, ATIS information uniform, time 1739 Zulu, wind 090 at 3, visibility 6, temperature 21, dew point 17, QNH 1020 remark. No pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runways 2 right and 1 left. Expect ILS approach. Departing runways 2 left and 1 right. Recommended arrival procedures. Jaya 1A, Item 1A, IRTA 1M, Alpha 1M, Alpha 1 contact approach on 119.7 when arriving from the north and west. Contact approach on 126.55 when arriving from the east. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform. Turn right heading 230, China Southern 930. China Southern 930, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 1 left at Guangzhou Baiyun. Roger, China Southern 930.
Mike Alpha Tango
iFly 320, requesting ILS approach runway 1 left at Guangzhou Baiyun. China Eastern 828 Heavy, turn left heading 100. iFly 320, continuous file, expect the ILS approach runway 1 left at Guangzhou Baiyun. Roger, iFly 320. Gulf Air 605, maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final. Unable, Gulf Air 605. Mike Alpha Tango Tango Tango, continuous file, expect the ILS approach runway 1 left at Guangzhou Baiyun.
Roger, Mike Alpha Tango Tango Tango.
November 1170 Kilo Heavy, requesting climb to flight level 320. Gulf Air 605, maintain 160 knots until 4 mile final. Maintain 160 knots until 4 mile final, Gulf Air 605. November 1170 Kilo Heavy, continuous file. Continuous file, November 1170 Kilo Heavy. China Southern 930, descend and maintain 4000. Descend and maintain 4000, China Southern 930. Gulf Air 605, contact Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1. Contacting Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1, Gulf Air 605. China Eastern 828 Heavy, do not exceed 180 knots.
Do not exceed 180 knots, China Eastern 828 Heavy.
China Southern 930, turn left heading 200. Turn left heading 200, China Southern 930. November 1170 Kilo Heavy, frequency change approved, good day. China Eastern 828 Heavy, turn left heading 040, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 1 left approach.
Turn left heading 040, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 1 left, China Eastern 828 Heavy.
Frequency change approved. November 1170 Kilo Heavy, good day. China Eastern 828 Heavy, speed at your discretion.
Roger, China Eastern 828 Heavy.
iFly 320, do not exceed 230 knots. Do not exceed 230 knots, iFly 320. China Eastern 828 Heavy, contact Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1.
Contacting Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1, China Eastern 828 Heavy.
China Southern 930, turn left heading 100, descend and maintain 4000. Turn left heading 100, descend and maintain 4000, China IFLY 320, descend and maintain 4000. Descend and maintain 4000, IFLY 320. IFLY 320, speed at your discretion. Roger, IFLY 320. Thank you, IFLY 320. China Southern 930, increase speed to 220 knots. Increase speed to 220 knots, China Southern 930. IFLY 320, continuous file. Expect the ILS approach runway 2 right at Guangzhou Baiyun.
Guangzhou approach.
Roger, IFLY 320.
Guangzhou approach, Hainan 2412, review at 4100.
China Southern 80 Victor Super, radar. Thank you, IFLY 320. China Southern 0965 of 31 nautical miles east of Guangzhou Baiyun at 11,000 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 2 right at Guangzhou Baiyun. China Southern 80 Victor Super, turn left heading 190, descend and maintain 5000.
Turn left heading 190, descend and maintain 5000. China Southern 80 Victor Super.
China Southern 0965, continuous file. Expect the ILS approach runway 2 right at Guangzhou Baiyun. Roger, China Southern 0965. China Southern 930, turn left heading 340, descend and maintain 2000. Maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 1 left approach. IFLY 320, disregard last message. IFLY 320, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 1 left at Guangzhou Baiyun. Roger, IFLY 320, IFLY 320, I'm sorry. IFLY 320 is 3 nautical miles south of Foshan Shadi at 4,900 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 2 right at Guangzhou Baiyun. IFLY 320, expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 1 left at Guangzhou Baiyun. Roger, IFLY 320. IFLY 320, turn left heading 040, descend and maintain 4000. Maintain 4000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 1 left approach. Hainan 241, turn left heading 040, descend and maintain 4000. Maintain 4000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 1 left, IFLY 320.
Turn right heading 190, Hainan 2412.
China Southern 930, contact Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1. Contacting Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1, China Southern 930. Singapore 852, continuous file. Expect the visual approach runway 2 right at Guangzhou Baiyun. Roger, Singapore 852. Jackpot 777, maintain best forward speed.
Maintain best forward speed, Jackpot 777.
IFLY 320, thank you, good day. You're welcome, IFLY 320. iFly 320. Contact Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118. Contacting Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1. iFly 320. Scooter 101. Wind 0603. Runway 2. Guangzhou Baiyun Tower. iFly 320. Inbound on the ILS runway 1 left with information uniform. Copa 395. iFly 320. Wind 0603. Number 2. Runway 1 left. Clear to land. Number 2. Clear to land. Runway 1 left. iFly 320.
Guangzhou Baiyun Tower, Jackpot 777, inbound on the ILS runway 2 right with information uniform.
Jackpot 777, wind 0603, number 2, runway 2 right, clear to land. Thank you, good day, Emirates 9849.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 2.
Attention all aircraft, please stand by, controller change is in progress.
$2,500.
Scooter 101, frequency change approved, good day. Frequency change approved Scooter 101, good day.
$1,000.
iFly 320, wind 0603, number 1. Number 1, clear to land, runway 1 left, iFly 320.
$500. $400. $300. 200. 100.
Guangzhou Baiyun
50,
Tower, Air
40,
India 152,
30,
ready for departure at
20.
runway 1 right,
Retard.
departing straight on.
Retard.
Egypt Air 959.
Retard.
Request
Retard.
frequency change. Guangzhou Baiyun Tower, Hainan 2412. Inbound on the GPS runway 2 right.
Air India 152, wind 0603, runway 1 right, cleared for takeoff. Hainan 2412, wind 0603, number 1, runway 2 right, cleared to land.
Number 1, cleared to land. Runway 2 right, Hainan 2412.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 1 right, Air India 152. Malaysian 2, iFly 320, when able turn right, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, iFly 320. Guangzhou Baiyun Tower, Cathay A34 Victor Alpha, ready for departure at runway 2 left, departing south. Cathay A34 Victor Alpha, wind 0603, runway 2 left, cleared for takeoff.
Guangzhou Baiyun Tower, China 780 Victor Super, inbound on the ILS runway 2 right.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 2 left, Cathay A34 Victor Alpha. China 780 Victor Super, wind 0603, number 2, runway 2 right, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 2 right, China 780 Victor Super.
Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, iFly 320, request taxi to parking. Oman Air 409 Whiskey Yankee Heavy, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 2 left, Oman Air 409 Whiskey Yankee Heavy.
Oman Air 221 Whiskey Yankee, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready. iFly 320, taxi to EVA Tango 13, Hotel, Hotel 2, Echo. Taxiing to EVA Tango 13, Hotel, Hotel 2, Echo, iFly 320.
Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Gemstone 141 Super, ready to taxi with information uniform.
Gemstone 141 Super, continue straight ahead. Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Oman Air 150 Whiskey Yankee, ready for pushback with information uniform, requesting runway 2 left.
Continuing ahead, Gemstone 141 Super.
Oman Air 150 Whiskey Yankee, pushback approved, tail to the north. Oman Air 666 Whiskey Yankee, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 2 left, Oman Air 666 Whiskey Yankee. Oman Air 007 Whiskey Yankee, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 2 left, Oman Air 007 Whiskey Yankee. Gemstone 141 Super, taxi to runway 1 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 1 right, Gemstone 141 Super.
Gemstone 141 Super, hold position. Gemstone 141 Super, hold position.
Holding position, Gemstone 141 Super.
Thank you, good day, Oman Air 001 Whiskey Yankee. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Oman Air 150 Whiskey Yankee. Gemstone 141 Super, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready. Gemstone 141 Super, continue straight ahead. Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Oman Air 411 Whiskey Yankee, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Hold position.
Continuing ahead, Gemstone 141 Super.
Holding position. Oman Air 411 Whiskey Yankee, pushback approved, tail to the west. Oman Air 325 Whiskey Yankee, pushback. Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, iFly 320, request taxi to gate 166 at the Terminal 2.
Pushback approved, tail to the west, Oman Air 325 Whiskey Yankee.
Pushback approved, tail to the west. Give way to aircraft, Oman Air 411 Whiskey, iFly 320, taxi to Terminal 2 gate 166 via Echo. Taxiing to Terminal 2 gate 166 via Echo, Tango 4, Delta 4, Juliet 21, Lima 16, will hold short of Delta 4, iFly 320. Air China 1, request frequency change. Air China 1, contact Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1. Contacting Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1, Air China 1. Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Dynasty 520 Charlie India Heavy, ready for pushback with information Victor.
Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Hainan 2412, request taxi to gate 165 at the Terminal 2.
Oman Air 224 Whiskey Yankee Heavy, give way to aircraft on your left. Give way to aircraft, Oman Air 224 Whiskey Yankee Heavy. Dynasty 520 Charlie India Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Hainan 2412, taxi to Terminal 2 gate 165, hold short of 2 left 20 right.
Taxiing to Terminal 2 gate 165, will hold short of 2 left 20 right, Hainan 2412.
Hainan 2412, contact Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Dynasty 520 Charlie India Heavy. Oman Air 007 Whiskey Yankee, request frequency change.
Contacting Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1, Hainan 2412.
Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Jordanian 339, ready for pushback with information Victor. Jordanian 339, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Jordanian 339. Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Oman Air 150 Whiskey Yankee, ready to taxi to runway 2 left with information uniform. Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Oman Air 411 Whiskey Yankee, ready to taxi with information Alpha. China Southern 80 Victor Super, taxi to Avia Papa 3, Alpha.
Taxiing to Avia Papa 3, Alpha, China 780 Victor Super.
Oman Air 411 Whiskey Yankee, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready. Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Airmer 6890 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Victor. Taxiing to runway 2 left, Oman Air 411 Whiskey Yankee. Airmer 6890 Heavy, hold position. Holding position, Airmer 6890 Heavy.
Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Hainan 2412, request taxi to gate 272 at the Terminal 2.
Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, China 780 Victor Super, request taxi to gate 106 at the Terminal 1.
Hainan 2412, taxi to Terminal 2 gate 272 via Lima 15, Charlie, Tango 4, Delta.
Taxiing to Terminal 2 gate 272 via Lima 15, Charlie, Tango 4, Delta, Hainan 2412. Thank you, Hainan 2412.
China 780 Victor Super, disregard last message.
Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, Jordanian 339, ready to taxi to runway 1 right with information Victor.
Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, China 780 Victor Super, request taxi to gate 155 at the Terminal 2.
Guangzhou Baiyun Ground, ready to taxi to runway 2 left. China Southern 80 Victor Super. Stand by, iFly 320. Jordanian 339, taxi to runway 1 right, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 1 right, Jordanian 339.
China 780 Victor Super, correction, standby. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, China 780 Victor Super, request taxi to gate 155 at the Terminal 2.
Oman Air 150 Whiskey Yankee, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Air China 325, ready for pushback with information Victor. Taxiing to runway 2 left. iFly 320, continue taxi. Continue taxi, iFly 320. Thank you, iFly 320. Oman Air 325 Whiskey Yankee, taxi to runway 2 left, contact tower when ready.
Oman Air 16 Whiskey Yankee, request frequency change.
Oman Air 16 Whiskey Yankee, contact Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Dynasty 520 Charlie India Heavy, ready to taxi with information Victor.
Taxiing to runway 2 left, Oman Air 325 Whiskey Yankee. Contacting Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1, Oman Air 16 Whiskey Yankee.
Air China 325, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air China 325. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Dynasty 160 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Victor. China 70965, request permission to cross runway 2 left. Dynasty 160 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Dynasty 160 Heavy. China 70965, taxi to Avia Alpha, hold short of 2 left 20 right. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Oman Air 002 Whiskey Yankee, ready for pushback. China 70965, contact Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1. Contacting Guangzhou Baiyun Tower on 118.1, China 70965. Oman Air 002 Whiskey Yankee, pushback approved. Pushback approved, Oman Air 002 Whiskey Yankee.
Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Hainan 2412, request taxi to gate 170 at the Terminal 2.
Hainan 2412, taxi to Terminal 2 gate 170 via Delta 4, Juliet 21, Lima 16, hold short of Juliet 21.
Taxiing to Terminal 2 gate 170 via Delta 4, Juliet 21, Lima 16, will hold short of Juliet 21, Hainan 2412.
Oman Air 411 Whiskey Yankee, turn left next taxiway. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Turkish 331 Heavy, ready for pushback, requesting runway 2 left. Turkish 331 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the east. Left on the next taxiway, Oman Air 411 Whiskey Yankee. Airliner 6890 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the east, Turkish 331 Heavy. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Airliner 6890 Heavy. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Oman Air 007 Whiskey Yankee, ready for pushback. Hainan 2412, taxi to Terminal 2 gate 170 via Delta 4, Tango 3, Lima 16.
Taxiing to Terminal 2 gate 170 via Delta 4, Tango 3, Lima 16, Hainan 2412. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, China Southern 9263, ready for pushback.
China Southern 9263, hold position. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Dynasty 520 Charlie India Heavy, ready to taxi with information Victor.
Holding position, China Southern 9263.
Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Oman Air 007 Whiskey Yankee, ready for pushback. Guangzhou Baiyun ground, Oman Air 002 Whiskey Yankee, ready to taxi. Dynasty 520 Charlie India Heavy, taxi to runway 1 right, contact